And I didn't want my son to think that I went out without a fight. So I started going down the hill, shooting at the enemy, trying to draw fire away from my men.
Maniac is imminent. Request advice.
It will be every man for himself. If you watch the movie Mad Max, you kind of get the idea.
Do not, my friends, become addicted to water. It will take hold of you.
I've even discussed these national security issues with my good friend President Trump in a dinner at his golf course in New Jersey.
Welcome back, everyone, to Project Nihilist. Don't pay any attention to the name, it's just hyperbole. What I do is watch videos and point out the stupid things people say, and oh boy, do I have a doozy for you. Tucker Carlson and friend of McDonald Trump, Teddie Daniels.
Why are you all wet, baby?
No, not that Teddie Daniels, has uncovered secret congressional documents, and you should be shitting your fucking pants right now. Why?
Whether you want this or not, you will become the alpha dog. And trust me, they'll need you to step up, because as you're about to see.
We were in Jonestown. White night, white night. We should all just drink the Kool-Aid and kiss our asses goodbye. I learned about this documentary from a YouTube ad. Let's get into the ad, and then we can ride the crazy train into a ravine of conspiracy theory, apocalyptic, survivalist dystopia that these idiots dream of and want us to prepare for with them.
People are not prepared for this. They haven't thought it through. Our leaders have not prepared them for it at all. It's like, oh, it's on your iPhone. You don't have an iPhone.
Dum 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 dum.
And there's no electricity, and there's no water, and there's no way to get anywhere.
Teddie's YouTube ad starts out with Tucker Carlson in an attempt to grift off of his clout.
And that could happen. That's not science fiction. Like, that could happen soon.
And that's exactly how it happened.
And we're not ready for it. And as you said, and people have not seen chaos. They don't know what chaos looks like. Chaos is like you have no freaking idea what's happening, who's on your side, who's not, who's a threat, who isn't.
You see? You believe it now?
Where things are going. People are not designed for that. People can't handle chaos, and they go crazy.
Why would he make that up?
That was unedited, and whatever idiot cut this shit together included one frame of Tucker talking to this guy.
Guys, I don't know how many videos I have to make, but I'm making another one while I still can. A few days ago, I posted a video on here trying to spread the word about a devastating attack that is about to take place in this nation.
If another one stands, I'll kill some more.
How do I know? Because I recently got my hands on a leaked government report that talks all about this attack. Millions of unprepared Americans will begin to eat from garbage cans. And folks, every video I've been putting up, trying to tell everybody about it, they keep taking it down.
Nobody's taking down your fucking videos, Teddie. You're a goddamn liar because you paid YouTube to play this video and share it with me.
So that should tell you something. So I'm going to get right to the point, right here, right now.
Spoiler alert. Teddie never gets to the fucking point. He claims he's going to be getting to the point, and the more you watch, the less the point he actually gets to.
This report that I'm talking about is in regards to a foreign attack that is going to put this country to a complete and total standstill.
You gotta love the snake oil charlatan's hook that makes you want to keep watching and find out what is going on. Oh my God, like no shit.
I'm talking about no phones, no internet, no refrigeration.
This is no shit. I could go to any trailer park and rip out a refrigerator that cools shit down by adding heat to it.
I'm talking about no phones, no internet, no refrigeration to store food, no heat in your homes, all of that gone.
Yeah, apocalyptic death cult worshippers say this is what's going to happen when Jesus comes back. God.
Guys, I didn't think it was possible either. Not right here in the U.S. of A. Well, think again.
Where at least I know I'm free.
All right, that's enough preface. Let's get out of this shit. Let's go into the documentary and find out what in the fuck he's talking about.
They know all about it, but they refuse to tell the American people.
And you've uncovered a conspiracy so that anything we tell you about who you are, what you've done, you can dismiss as lies, Andrew.
My name is Edward Daniels.
I've been hearing this fantasy for 2 years now. I know every detail.
With my connections as a combat veteran who once served this nation, I'm pretty damn confident my sources are spot on with this.
Before we get into the documentary, I want to assure everyone that's not going to watch to the end, like, share, subscribe, comment, EMPs or electromagnetic pulses do not persist. A single space nuke isn't going to take down the United States electrical grid for a year.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Somebody lay down some fire! Attack!
I knew they'd do that. Andrew Edward Daniels, is going to do the ultimate fallacy right here. He's going to say, I got shot, and that was the head cam footage. Therefore, you should trust me, bro. I know what I'm talking about.
Attack!
Hold my beer. You're an expert in military intelligence, yet you were out there trying to shoot your weapon at what looks like about 500 yards when it's accurate to, 300? And you got shot by a stray bullet when you should have been retreating and being intelligent and trying to come up with another plan to invade the river valley? Don't worry, we're going to get to watch all of the helmet cam footage in its entirety later on in the video. And that's why you want to hang around, because I'm telling you, this is the most fucked up video I've ever made.
I recently obtained this critical intel from the U.S. Congressional Advisory Board on Homeland Security. According to this intel, Russia, with the support of China, could soon attack us with an electronic nuclear weapon.
Warn you on the thing, this is emergency broadcast, and the thing goes on our TVs if there's something in an emergency broadcast alert.
I have another video on my channel where Brandon says some Chinamen are going to smuggle a nuke down the Mississippi and launch it from the Atlantic Ocean back toward the upper Mississippi. It took less than 20 seconds to find this 2021 document, and it's like this. Anyone can ask the government for grant money to study all kinds of shit, including UFOs, or rebrand them as UAPs. The report admits that it's kind of unfeasible to use one high-altitude nuke because it's likely to not be as effective as you would think.
But as you can see, it says in plain English that this attack could cause a nationwide blackout lasting 1 year that could kill up to 90% of the American people through starvation and societal collapse.
Dude's got on the screen this redacted stock footage that brings up a quote and highlights in red. I just went and looked at the document. It's like 49 pages long, and there's absolutely no redactions in it. Why would you lie to people like this, Teddy? Huh?
Huh? Do you?
Unlike traditional weapons, we won't feel any blast on the ground, and there will be no mushroom cloud. Instead, this is a silent, untraceable bomb that's detonated above the atmosphere in outer space. It's called HEMP, or High Altitude Electromagnetic Pulse.
Gun, noun, portable firearm. This device was widely utilized in the urban wars of the late 20th century.
It silently emits enhanced gamma rays potent enough to shut down America's power grid.
What is an electromagnetic pulse? How long does it hang around? How effective is it? What would one nuke up in outer space do? What's the range of its ability? Let's watch the lock-picking lawyer open a lock using an electromagnetic pulse to reset its circuitry.
Now, you don't need to be an electrical engineer to know that sensitive electronics don't like random pulses of electricity appearing out of nowhere. Affected electronics will sometimes be destroyed, but more often they just shut down and restart after being removed from the field. And that's what happens here. The padlock shuts down and restarts with a reset timer. Let's give it a try. You can see it reset to 0, and the unlock button will open the shackle.
And fry all electronics across the entire country. The report concluded that the blast will black out our entire electric grid and other critical infrastructures.
I'm sorry I lack the ability to succinctly articulate and summarize Teddie's stupidity. By the end of this very long video, Eddie is going to tell us how to protect our cell phones and how to get unlimited power without those expensive solar panels. I have to ask, what's the point of a functional cell phone when there's no internet service? Or a functioning automobile without gasoline?
Most Americans have no idea how bad things could get under this kind of extended power outage. So let me spell it out for you, because it would have deadly implications for you and your family. You see, the moment this bomb is detonated,
and no thermonuclear bomb has that range to shut down the entire United States. That's just not how it works. But prepare for it. It's coming any second now.
you'll instantly lose cell phone and internet services. No phone, no TV, no radio, no internet. Nothing. That means you can't call 911.
This is no shit. Dude's gonna tell us how to protect our cell phones from electromagnetic pulses while forgetting how our cell phones work. He's so fucking dumb. Durr.
If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
You can't call firefighters or the cops. Heck, you won't even know where your local police are, or even if they still exist. You won't be able to call anyone for help or even check on your loved ones. All electronics will be turned into junk. You'll have no AC, no heating, no refrigerators. Banks will shut down. ATMs and credit cards won't work, which means you won't even be able to take your own money out of the bank.
Wait! I will not deny our country your bloodline.
You won't be able to drive your car either. You see, modern cars and trucks have vulnerable microprocessors.
Can we fix this son of a bitch? Thank you. And that was the most important message I gave you in a long time, because it's so sensitive, it's painful to me to talk about.
That control everything from engines to dashboard electronics. That means they'll stop working instantly.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Any electronics not in use are less likely to be affected by electromagnetic pulses.
In fact, any transportation with electronic components will simply stop working.
You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
At any moment, there are about 5,000 planes flying over the U.S. They will instantly fall from the sky, killing 500,000 passengers or more. All that in just the first day of the attack. Since you're watching this video, you'll be one of the few Americans who will actually know what's going on.
Unless you're one of those 500,000 people that just happen to be flying on a fucking airplane at the time that the bomb is detonated.
And more importantly, you'll know what to do to protect your family. Most people will have no idea of what's happening.
But what about the baby?
At first,
It's gonna burn.
Mercy generators will provide pockets of light and power.
And that's one of the stupidest fucking things you hear in this video, because Mercy generators wouldn't work according to this guy's paradigm of nuclear explosions with persistent 365-day EMPs that close down the entire electrical grid from a single explosion.
All those little babies are gonna burn.
But that won't last long at all, because without transportation, nobody will be able to get fuel for generators. Hospitals will shut down. Americans on intensive care or life support will also be among the first ones to die. Without utility generators, there will be no water pressure. That means your water faucets will begin to run dry.
Without electricity, there's no reason to think that we couldn't keep natural gas flowing to millions of homes without the use of electricity. Come the fuck on, dude. Do you not know how anything works? You sound like a fucking flat earther, to be honest with you.
You won't be able to flush your toilet either.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times, as opposed to once. They end up using more water. So EPA is looking at that very strongly, at my suggestion.
Once people realize power isn't coming back, the looting will begin in every neighborhood across America.
We're looking very strongly at sinks and showers and other elements of bathrooms.
I've even discussed these national security issues with my good friend President Trump in a dinner at his golf course in New Jersey.
And then laughing away, just best friends are we.
Even if you live in the suburbs, grocery store and pharmacy shelves will be wiped clean in a matter of hours.
Oh, I'm so scared.
And the supply of food, water, and medications will quickly dry up. Without refrigerators, it won't take long before food begins to spoil. In just a few days, this single attack would turn America back to the 18th century by the end of that first week.
And all of the Christians' wet dreams of romanticizing the Dark Ages, aka the good old days, will finally reach fruition, and we can all appreciate hardship and elect the Pumpkin King to a lifelong service.
Well, that's just fine. Say it once, say it twice, take a chance and roll the dice. Ride with the moon in the dead of night. I am the clown with the tearaway face.
Hear the flash of Donald's trace.
And we can all cheer when McDonald Jr. ascends to the throne. Why does everything smell like burnt toast?
Please make way for a very special guy.
One man Jack is king of the pumpkin patch. Everyone hail to the pumpkin king.
Millions of unprepared Americans will begin to eat from garbage cans. Hunger and panic will set in, and America will descend into total, lawless chaos.
Shut up, you stupid fucking all you do is complain.
All hell will break loose with local gangs, fighting over what limited resources we have left. The mobs won't think twice before killing you and your family, and taking everything that you have. At that point, even your own neighbors will be desperate for food and clean drinking water, and they could become a threat to you.
Time to fuck shit up.
Who's the fucking nihilist here, really? I mean, this guy thinks that all humanity is going to go to shit if the electricity goes out.
It will be every man for himself. If you've watched the movie Mad Max, you kind of get the idea.
Do not, my friends, become addicted to water. It will take hold of you, and you will resent its absence.
Look, I know this sounds crazy. And if you're thinking this can't happen here, just listen to what the former director of the CIA, James Woolsey, said.
Have you ever been off-world before, Mr. Woolsey?
He warned lawmakers that this Russian electronic nuclear weapon could destroy much of the electric grid from above the U.S. with a single explosion. 2/3 of the U.S. population would likely perish. My patriot friend, this is not a drill.
So this dumb fuck actually has a slogan up behind his head that says, "Does not play well with liberals." Why? Because I don't accept your ignorant fucking conspiracy theories?
The threat is absolutely real. I've even discussed these national security issues with my good friend President Trump in a dinner at his golf course in New Jersey.
I'm gonna show you something I don't like to show people because I don't want them treating me differently. Boom, that's me and Scarrett.
Wow, Teddy, you buying a fucking dinner from Donald Trump to raise money for his campaign and giving him a reach around is nothing but a fallacious appeal to authority.
Make no mistake, if you do nothing right now and just wait for the government to come save you, I can almost guarantee you'll be among the first casualties.
Really, Teddy, what are we supposed to do? Build a fallout shelter and stockpile some munitions and food for the end that you say's coming? I bet you thought it was all going to shit back in the year Y2K.
The maniac has responded with a scornful remark.
Approach and repeat ultimatum in an even firmer tone of voice.
You see, thanks to my military background, I uncovered shocking government intel that confirms nobody will come to help. And as a faithful Christian,
I'm not gonna let you down, Goose.
What?
A former Army infantry soldier who received a Purple Heart, and as a father of 4 kids, I feel like it's my duty.
It's not that kind of duty.
To show you all the disturbing proof I've uncovered.
Tough gun. So?
Cool story, bro. I hope we eventually get to that proof that you're talking about, because personally, I think you're fucking full of shit. You Christian. Oh, I'm a Christian, so I know what the fuck I'm talking. I got a Purple Heart and kids, so you should totally trust what I'm saying, right? Because I got shot.
And tell you exactly what I'm going to do to protect my family. Because the truth is, we might have less than 24 hours to prepare. Like I said before, my name is Teddy Daniels. And if my name sounds familiar to you,
and you might have seen that book or read that movie, who the character Teddy Daniels' insane conspiracy theories just don't play out.
I've had enough of this bullshit. Where's my partner, huh? Where's Chuck? Where is he?
Let's try this another way.
maybe you've seen me on Tucker Carlson after he saw the combat footage from the day that I almost died.
I'm not sure I'd go around bragging about that, because Tucker Carlson's a fuckface who hangs around terrible people like Putin.
He invited me to his show to tell my story. Take a look.
So you were wounded while there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think we have video.
Yeah.
Of that. I mean, which is sort of amazing. You had a helmet cam?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Maybe Teddy's hung out with Tucker more than once, but that other dude in the red shirt clearly isn't in this interview.
This is you in Afghanistan in a firefight. Here we go.
Thank you for your service, but what are you shooting at, my guy? Your muzzle awareness, it just kind of looks like you're popping off empty shots out there to the middle of fucking nowhere. BFE, I don't even see people.
I'm hit! I'm hit!
That's you?
That's me.
Shocking. That's shocking video.
April 25th, 2012.
I was hit by a round, AK-47, and that day, behind that rock, I had my talk with God. I had a vision of two soldiers coming to tell my son that his dad was killed behind a rock in Afghanistan. At that moment, I accepted death, but the rest of my unit was pinned down under heavy fire with no way out. And I didn't want my son to think that I went out without a fight. So I started going down the hill, shooting at the enemy, trying to draw fire away from my men.
Bullshit. You're telling me you got hit, threw your gun, went down, had some FaceTime with Jesus, jumped up, retrieved your weapon, and turned yourself into a human target to save your men's lives, and you didn't get the Congressional Medal of Honor?
Trying to draw fire away from my men, kill as many terrorists as I could. I was bleeding from my arm and my leg, and I was out in the open, fully exposed to enemy fire. But I had made my peace with God. If he was going to take me, he was going to take me. So the fact that I survived that gunfight, the fact that I'm here telling you my story, showed me that it was not my time yet. It showed me that God had bigger plans for me.
It was God's plan for Teddy to survive getting shot and foiling Allah's plan to delete him. Let's not pretend Teddy doesn't sit around and wish for the fall of civilization. And he's got a plan and will be a leader amongst men.
And I believe that my bigger mission is to help as many Americans as possible prepare for this coming blackout disaster. That's why I decided to record this video and release it online.
Just to be crystal clear, thank you, Teddy, for your service. I'm glad the body armor saved your life, but...
Great admiration for you as First Ranger. You know, my brother once told me that nothing someone says before the word but really counts.
But having sex and being religious and taking one for the team aren't actually credentials and don't make you an authority on anything, including parenting, military tactics, or God.
I want to show you a few critical survival techniques that you won't learn anywhere else. First, I must warn you that I'm about to show you is not sanctioned by the U.S. government.
That's called a bait and switch, you know. The government doesn't want you to see my video either.
And the mainstream media is too corrupt to cover this story. So you definitely won't hear about it on the nightly news either.
Tale as old as time, true as it can be.
Look, Teddy, this isn't news. We've known about EMP since the 1950s.
But thanks to my training in military intelligence, I've obtained some controversial information that I believe every American patriot deserves to know.
Believe it or not, dude's not going to show us any of this shit that he's learned. He's just going to say that he learned it and it's super secret and only he has the answers to all the problems.
So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how the Biden administration is lying to you about this imminent risk.
I went back to the webpage to look for the link to the documentary and it doesn't come up. Instead, it says, "Thanks for the support. Let's re-elect our dear leader," and click below for some free gold. And I clicked on the contact us, and it takes us to an intentionally dead link that lies with a meme.
I'll show you irrefutable evidence that the U.S. blew up the Russian Nord Stream pipeline, and that Russia is preparing for a counterattack with this nuclear electronic weapon.
For God's sakes, don't do it, Snake.
He did it. He shut down the earth.
Oh, fucking course. It was the Americans that blew up the Russian pipeline, and he's going to show us this classified stuff. And no, he doesn't. I promise. It's just all bullshit, pandering, propaganda, right-wing Christian nationalist bullshit.
According to this official congressional report, if you ignore this message and do nothing, there's a 90% chance that you and your family could die within the first year of the attack.
Idiots never heard of mutually assured destruction, and he's like, it's gonna go to hell, and Putin's gonna leave us down. He's gonna have us under his boot heel for multiple years.
But you do not have to be a victim. In the next 2 minutes, I'll also show you a few simple steps you can take right now.
What say you there, fussy britches? Feel like talking?
To prepare for this 365-day blackout. For example, I'll tell you about the one thing you must do in the first hour after the attack that will increase your family's chances of survival by 99%.
Let's do some elementary school math. You got a 90% chance of dying in the first year, but Teddy's going to show you a 99% way of not being in that 90% group.
How to have unlimited electricity without having to buy overpriced solar panels.
Lord, it's a miracle!
How to shield your cell phone, electronics, and even your car from this nuclear electronic attack. And much, much more. But as a Christian and a veteran, I think every patriot deserves to know these survival secrets. So pay close attention to what I am about to say.
What this is, one big damn conspiracy! And everyone's in on it! Including her.
Because the safety and survival of your own family could very well depend on this critical information. When you learn these elite survival secrets, you'll know exactly what to do when the blackout begins. Most people won't know what's happening and why the power isn't coming back. Brother, let me tell you something. Being fully prepared like that puts a lot of power in your hands. And you've heard the saying, with great power comes great responsibility. You'll become the leader of your family, friends, and community. They will depend on you for security, advice, and safety. They will trust you with their lives. So I must warn you, whether you want this or not, you will become the alpha dog. And trust me, they'll need you to step up because, as you're about to see, our own government and military has admitted that our nation is not prepared for this attack.
That was 2 minutes and 9 seconds. And did this fucking idiot give us any relevant information, any survival techniques, anything to help us with the coming war or whatever? No. All he did was sit there, pretended he's a fucking expert in stupidity and ignorance and genius and whatnot. But he's gonna fucking prattle on saying that we don't need fucking solar panels for electricity. There's no shit. He's gonna go on and tell us that he knows how to have 100% free electricity without having things that make electricity. He's lost his fucking mind. The guy's a goddamn psychopath.
Please understand, I know this all sounds crazy. As a father of 4 kids, I pray every day that I'm wrong, but I can't simply bury my head in the sand and ignore all the evidence I found.
If you visit the website You don't know how long this fucking video is, because if you play it, you either watch it all or you don't watch any of it. You can fast forward ahead or backward, but you don't know how long the video is. And in this 13 minutes that we've watched so far, we don't have jack shit to go by. This guy's like, oh, I'm going to do all this shit. Send me some money. You can buy my fucking food rations, and you can buy my AKs, and that's as good of a place as any to end this fucking nightmare. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really want to know what you think about this stupidity in my comment section.